Throughout my life, the new sights of nature made me rejoice like a child. We must believe that we are gifted for something, and that this thing must be attained at any cost. There is nothing to fear in life, only to understand. Now is the time to learn more so that we can be less afraid. Be less interested in people and more interested in ideas. None of us have it easy in life. But how about that? We must persevere and, above all, believe in ourselves. We must believe that we are gifted for something that must be accomplished. You can't hope to build a better world unless you improve the people. You can only analyze the data that is available to you. Be strategic about what you collect and how you store it. There are sadistic scientists who are more concerned with finding errors than with discovering the truth. Scientists believe in things, not people. I was taught that progress was neither quick nor easy. I never see what has been accomplished, I only see what remains to be accomplished. Each of us must work for our own improvement while also sharing a general responsibility for all humanity. Humanity needs practical men, who get the most out of their work, and, without forgetting the general good, safeguard their own interests. But humanity also needs dreamers, for whom the disinterested development of an enterprise is so captivating that it becomes impossible for them to devote their care to their own material profit. The older one gets, the more one feels that the present must be enjoyed. It is a precious gift, comparable to a state of grace. I am among those who think that science has great beauty. Life is not easy for any of us. But what of that? We must have perseverance. I am one of those who think like Nobel, that humanity will draw more good than evil from new discoveries. We must remember that when radium was discovered, no one anticipated that it would be useful in hospitals. The work was purely scientific. And this demonstrates that scientific work should not be evaluated solely on the basis of its direct utility. It must be done for the sake of science's beauty. And there is always the possibility that a scientific discovery, like radium, will benefit mankind. After all, science is fundamentally international, and it is only due to a lack of historical awareness that national characteristics have been attributed to it. I only have one dress that I wear every day. If you're going to give me one, please make it practical and dark so that I can wear it to the laboratory afterwards. A scientist in his laboratory is more than just a technician, he is a child confronted with natural phenomena that captivate him as if they were fairy tales. I was frequently asked, particularly by women, how I could balance family life and a scientific career. It certainly hasn't been easy. First and foremost, never allow people or events to bring you down. You cannot hope to build a better world unless you improve individuals. To that end, Each of us must work for our own improvement while also sharing a general responsibility for all humanity, with our particular duty being to assist those to whom we believe we can be most useful. Only inactive matter can achieve stability. Radium is not for enrichment. It is an element. It applies to everyone. In reality, the sensitive plate, the ionized gas, and the fluorescent screen are receivers of another kind of energy: chemical energy, ionic energy, luminous energy. The aforementioned reasons lead us to believe that the new radioactive substance contains a new element, which we propose to call radium. When heated, certain protein bodies become luminous. Their luminosity fades over time, but the ability to become luminous again through heat is restored to them by the action of a spark, as well as by the action of radium. I am one of those who believe that science has great beauty. A scientist in his laboratory is more than just a technician, he is a child placed in front of natural phenomena that captivate him like a fairy tale. We must not believe that all scientific progress can be reduced to mechanisms, machines, and gearings, even if such machinery is beautiful in its own right. There is nothing to fear in this world, only to understand. I'm feeling an increasing desire for a house and a garden. This implies that we are dealing with an entirely different type of chemistry, one in which the current tool is the electrometer rather than the balance, and which we might well call the chemistry of the imponderable. When studying highly radioactive substances, special precautions must be taken if delicate measurements are to be taken. The various objects used in a chemical laboratory and those used in physics experiments become radioactive in a short period of time and act on photographic plates through black paper. Dust, room air, and one's clothes all become radioactive. I have the best husband anyone could ask for. I never imagined finding one like him. He is a true heavenly gift, and the longer we live together, the more we love each other. I believe international work is a difficult task, but it is necessary to go through an apprenticeship in it, at the cost of many efforts and a genuine spirit of sacrifice. However imperfect it may be, the work of Geneva has a grandeur that deserves our support. Sometimes my courage fails me, and I think I should give up my job, move to the country, and devote myself to gardening. But I'm bound by 1,000 bonds, and I'm not sure when I'll be able to free myself. I also don't know if I could live without the laboratory even if I wrote scientific books. I shall devote only a few lines to expressing my belief in the importance of science. It is by this daily striving for knowledge that man has raised himself to the unique position he now occupies on Earth, and that his power and well-being have steadily increased. Special precautions must be taken when studying highly radioactive substances. Dust, room air, and one's clothes all become radioactive. It is my sincere wish that some of you continue this scientific work and maintain your ambition to make a permanent contribution to science. We must persevere and, above all, have faith in ourselves. In science, we must be interested in things rather than people.